Is it going? I can't tell. There it goes. Hi everybody, my name is Margaret. Welcome to my channel, Texas Gal Treasures. I am a reselling, homeschooling mom that flips things from garage sales, estate sales, thrift stores, on eBay and Etsy to help support my family. And in this video, I'm going to share with you what sold in the last week. Pardon me. So every Monday, adjust my camera real quick. Every Monday I share what has sold the week prior, and I like to do this because it keeps me on track, makes sure that I am meeting my goals financially, and my goal has always been to make about $200 a week from eBay and Etsy, and that's because I have many other avenues, streams of revenue, and that is one of them. And I've been very fortunate over the last few weeks to have surpassed my goals, so I'm really happy about that. So it makes things a lot easier around the house for sure. If you're new here, welcome. I'd love to invite you to subscribe to my channel. I make videos all about reselling online, whether they're haul videos, things to buy and pick up, best things to sell, jewelry, all kinds of things, but lots of things to learn and know about to improve your own sales online. So let me jump in. I am live. I decided to go ahead and go live today. So if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. And please, if you do have a question, sometimes I go quickly through the items. So if you ask about an item, specify which one you're talking about, because sometimes I don't know. If you're like, how much did you pay for that? And I won't know which one you mean. So hopefully that makes sense. All right, so let me jump in. Before I start, I sold two things off eBay and Etsy from haul videos, which is something I always like to do because I can give you guys a better deal. Like if you see something in a haul video and you want, which happens sometimes. I sold a necklace from one of the haul videos from was it a thread up? Or good. Anyway, it was from one of the unboxings. I sold it for about $20, and then I sold some yarn or wool rather from a haul that I did from the bins to another person for about $20 or so. So that helps a lot too, and it saves time for listing. So I don't mind giving deals like that. Okay. Mug life all the time, every day. Love the mugs. So I know some people love it, some people hate it, but I love selling mugs. This is a mug that I always mispronounce the name, Washerbach, and I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. But on the bottom, this is one that y'all can look out for. I just actually found a couple more of these mugs this past weekend. Washersbach, West Germany. That's what the bottom looks like. And this was a mug that has an apple on it. I spent, on my inventory note, I spent $1.29 on this mug, and it sold, I'm looking at my notes over here real fast, it sold for $25. So I know I talk a lot about selling mugs, but that's a really amazing profit. So if you haven't started picking up mugs, again, it's not every mug that you see, so start learning. I've started putting out some videos talking about different brands that you should be looking for, and so it's worth looking at them if you get the right ones to sell. So this is Washerbach, which again, I'm sure I'm saying wrong, but $25, that's a great profit. Okay, next up, this little, it was like a teeny tiny little tin, and I think I got it at an estate sale, and it had little buttons inside of it, and I made sure to take the buttons out because I have those listed separately. So this little tiny medical tin sold, and I believe I paid $1 for it. I normally don't do this, 50 cents. Okay, and normally I have a spreadsheet going, and I don't have it up right now, so lesson learned. I'll do that next time. But this little plaster tin sold for $18, and I bought it for 50 cents at, I believe it was at an estate sale. And I think it was when I go to estate sales, I always like looking in the sewing and craft room, and I look for things like this, or really cool buttons and whatnot. Okay, let's see. I'm looking in the chat real fast. Okay, I'm going to come back to the chat in a minute because I don't see anything that's pertinent to what we're talking about, but I do want to talk to you guys. Okay, next up, and if you watched my video yesterday, I talked about this. Yesterday we talked about my 50 fastest sales within the last 6 months, things that sold in a month or less, some of them even on the same day. And this was in that video yesterday because it sold in like 3 or 4 days. It was really fast. So list your Christmas stuff if you've got it. So this is a little bear on a Sleigh Christmas brooch, and it sold for It sold for $27.99, and this one went international. I wish I could remember where it went, but I can't right now. Australia? Maybe that's where it was. Okay, then this I picked up at Savers, I think. Let me come look. I spent $3 on this, and it was a butterfly that was mounted in a frame, like a shadow box. And I always like finding these because they always tend to sell. This one wasn't as showy as some other ones I found, but this preserved butterfly did sell. So if you ever see real butterflies that are mounted and framed, they can sell for a good amount of money. The more showy, the better. Plus, this one had a black background. It would have looked better with a white background and shown up a little bit better, but I didn't make it, so I'm just selling it. But it sold for $25. All right. And also, if you have questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat and let me know. I don't have my earpieces in for the mic, so if it's too loud or weird or whatever, just let me know. Oh, nice. Okay, I'm going to come back to the chat in a minute. I do want to talk to y'all about that. Okay, then the next thing, these are my Etsy sales. So I had 4 or 5 sales on Etsy. This was also something that I shared yesterday in the video. It sold really quickly, and it's a rolling pin that was laser cut with these Star Wars characters on it. So this sold for, where did it go? Oh, for $22, and I picked it up in the bins for however much it weighed, about $1. My bins are $1.49 a pound, so maybe $1.49. All right, now let's jump over to eBay. I've talked to you guys about the comic books that a friend of mine gave me, 9 big boxes of comic books, and I've barely scratched the surface with getting through them, but they've been, some of the ones I've put up have been selling, so this is very nice. So this was a Detective Batman 3 lot that sold for $20, and I paid nothing for them because my good friend gave me the boxes for free. Then, next up, these are some earrings that I got from Sharon Pfeiffer back whenever we were doing the hurricane relief. When I was living in Houston, my town flooded really badly, and she sent some stuff. She said, keep what you want, sell the rest, And so I knew it was going to take time for things to sell, so I made a monetary donation in the amount that I imagined that all of the things would sell for, so because I didn't know how long they would take to sell. So these earrings sold for $35. I have had them listed for a long time, and maybe I had them priced too high, but I thought they were super cool and unusual, and so I priced them high. Okay, next, before we go on, let me see how many friends we have. Go over there and hit that thumbs up. Thanks for coming to hang out, everybody. And I am going to come talk to you guys in the chat. I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you. I will be there soon. All right, next up, this little heart-shaped glass box sold as well. And this was one, even when I picked it up, I was like, do I really want to sell this? I don't even know. I mean, because I wasn't sure. It just seemed like, meh. But it sold for $13, and I am going to scroll to see how much I bought it for. I will definitely, okay, it was at the bin, so I paid 10 cents for it. So I'll get my spreadsheet going next time. So bear with me if you're watching and hating it. Okay, the next item that sold were these Rivoli. These ones were clip-on earrings. I've sold cufflinks and earrings with the Rivoli stones in them. And if you don't know what Rivoli is, they're these stones that are in the middle of these earrings, and they come to a point at the top. Let's see if I can find another picture. It's sometimes really hard to get a good picture of them, so frequently I will take a video so that I can show that the way the light catches these stones, they change. And so sometimes they're called watermelon Rivoli. There's different ones, volcano, depending on the colors that get caught in the lights. So I love finding Rivoli jewelry because it tends to sell. So they sold for $17. And then next, this Avon Art Nouveau brooch sold, and it sold for $10. I did take an offer on this. So sometimes if you see like the price is a little bit different, or when people watch the items, then you can send offers to people on eBay. So I always do that. I always do it. Thank you so much in the chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so these worry beads, if you might notice that the picture looks a little different than my normal pictures, with a white background and really well lit and really well photographed. But I had somebody reach out to me and they wanted me to create an eBay listing for them rather than going through like a PayPal type of deal, which was fine. And so I just snapped a couple of quick pictures, didn't write a really big long description or anything like that, and I just put it up there for what we were talking about, and it sold. So those sold for $12. And again, that was I think it was it was either a Goodwill blue box or a ThredUp box. I can't remember, just recently. Okay, next up, this was something else that sold. It was a little handheld pinball game that I got in the bins, and it sold for $7. This was another one someone was watching, and I realized after I got it, I'm like, oh, it's not really worth that much. So let me just like get this puppy moving and get it out of here. So, it's worth it. Worth it for me anyway. I really like the send offer feature, Heather. I do. Yeah. All right. So this is another item that I got in the bins. This was when I went to the South Austin bins for the first time, and I found so much glassware breakables there, which I love because I can get 20 items for $1.99, which makes it 10 cents a piece. And so it's really a great way to make a nice return on investment on these. And I've got to flip over because this is something that just sold and I haven't shipped it out yet. So maybe I should have saved it for next week. But this sold for $9. So 10 cents into $9. Again, this is the gross profit. So I have to kind of estimate after fees and everything, it'll probably be about a $6 or $7 profit for me to bring home net. All right. Oh, that Sassy's asking, and I'm going to address that because we were on that. Why did I decide to do free shipping on the worry beads? Because the person I was corresponding with that wanted to buy these beads, we decided like what would be a good price. And so we said, okay, how about $12 shipped? And so a lot of times whenever I do sales outside the platform, I'll just throw out like the wool balls that I sold. I said, how about $23? That'll take care of shipping and everything. And so I just did it that way. That's what we did. We just decided to do that. Okay, we talked about this one. Okay, so this was another thing that I picked up. It's from the regular show, and what's his name? Benson. And I sold this magnet. It's just a magnet. I sold it for $10. So why not? I picked up this one, and then I picked up one that said Girls Night, and it had all the girls from Adventure Time. And if you watch Adventure Time, it's got Marceline, Lumpy Space Princess, and, Princess Bubblegum, everybody. I love Lumpy Space Princess. She's my girl. Okay. Anyway, so this was a magnet. It sold for $10. Why not? And I got it at the bin, so it was really cheap to pick up. I like it. Okay, now what do I get back to my other stuff? Okay. So this is something else that if you watched yesterday, saw that this sold very quickly. And I got this at the bins as well, this carved wooden whale, and it sold for $21. The next item is this sloth, and I've had a little bit of interest in this sloth. Somebody messaged me a couple months ago, saying, this brand put out a couple different sloths, and one of them, the fur was a little like rougher feeling and not as fluffy and soft. And I think this was the one that had a little stiffer fur. I don't know, but yeah, I've had those kind of questions. I didn't realize that, but this sloth sold for $17.99, and I am going to scroll because I can't remember how much I paid for it off the top of my head. This came in the bins, so I got this sloth in the bins. So definitely didn't weigh a pound. So I don't know, $1 or so, something like that. Sloths are popular, you guys. All right, next up is this green turquoise ring, which I love green turquoise so much. I have a really pretty pendant that's green turquoise, and so it was kind of hard. I think if it had been set differently, I might have had a harder time selling it. But I got this ring in that $500 lot of jewelry that is like the gift that keeps on giving. The items keep selling from it, and I did a send an offer on this ring as well, so it sold for $55, and it probably cost me about $1 with that lot. Which I still, every time I mention it, I'm like, I still haven't showed you the rest of the stuff. I still have a giant tub full of like necklaces and bracelets. All right, this little mask I got in the bins as well. Also in my video where it sold really fast. It's a small little African clay mask, and it cost me 10 cents, and it sold for $21. The reason I liked this one so much, as opposed to, I mean, sometimes I see other masks and tribal type stuff. I really liked the color combination of that cobalt blue and that yellow. I really thought it was showy, and so I thought someone else might enjoy those colors as well. So something to think about. All right, these Christian Dior stockings or hosiery sold. I got these in the bins as well. It was open on the bottom, but they were in pretty good shape. Christian Dior. And I kind of went back and forth with the person because I had them listed for $17.99. But honestly, I just want to make the sales. Like, I'm not tied. This isn't one of those items that I thought I'm going to hold out for that high price. Like, I've got things that I would hold out for a higher price, but not on a pair of pantyhose unless it was, like a major unicorn. I tend to price my items high anyway, so I was okay letting it go for $8, seeing as I got it at the outlet. Right. Okay, and then this is another one that if you watched yesterday, this sold really, really fast. I got this in the bins. It's a brown Levenger pocket briefcase, and basically it looks like a wallet almost, but it's got this little pocket in the back, and then it holds note cards, and then you can pull the note cards out and kind of tuck them into the front and write notes on them and then stick them back in the back. And this item is still up for sale on the Levenger website for about $75, and I took an offer of $39 on this. So for something that weighs so little that I got in the bins, to take $39 was amazing. So probably the net profit on that would probably be between $30 and $35 after everything. So those were my sales. I'm going to jump into the chat. And if you have any questions, and I really appreciate yesterday, the video I put out yesterday was a suggestion from a friend of mine. And so I thought I'd put it out to everybody else. Like, if you've got any suggestions for videos you'd like to see, then send me a message, because I'm happy to see what I can do about making videos that you're interested in. All right, let me go look in the chat and see what we got going on so I can say hello to everybody. Hi, everybody. And if you are at this point like, I don't want to watch this part, I'm done here, then thank you for coming. Please go down there and hit that thumbs up and leave me a comment. I like to know who's come by and visited the channel, and I'll talk to you later. But if you're here, I'm going to talk to you now. So Heather says, I buy happy birthday mugs instead of giving cards. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, thanks, Erin. Oh, how did I make my hair shine? She's asking. I took a bath. I just did. I just washed it and blow dried it. So that's probably why. As a homeschooling mom, these things are important, and they don't happen every day. So, and I mean it. I really didn't do anything else. Okay, says, our Goodwill is putting the mugs on the bottom shelf and upside down. They're very hard to look at, and it's frustrating, and they won't change it. One of the ones near me is doing that too. They're flipping them upside down. I think so you can see the bottom of them, maybe to look at the labels on them. I'm not sure, but it is a bit frustrating, especially when you're trying to record it. You're going to like flip them all over like so. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. Pardon me. Okay, oh, thanks, Betsy. I'm so glad that helped. I have a video where I show you how to put a video into your eBay listing. It's funny, on that video, somebody left a comment, obviously not an eBay seller, because they were like, this is my troll voice or mean comment voice. There's an embed button next to the YouTube video. Like, you just hit embed and like go to HTML and embed it. But obviously they don't know that on eBay, you can't just embed a video because they don't allow active content. So you have to go through this whole other rigmarole to make it open up into a new window because of eBay. So sometimes it's best just to hold your tongue if you don't know what you're talking about. Look who's talking. Never mind that advice. That's horrible advice. Say whatever you want. All right. Haley says, I bought several mugs on eBay that have sold for $25 or more, and I can't get a $5 bid. Oh, no. I don't normally put my mugs on auction. So I just put, and that's another thing. I think yesterday some of the comments were, people were mentioning that if things don't sell like within a couple of days, they get frustrated and start lowering the price. And I think it might help to have a little bit of a longer outlook as far as waiting for things to sell, because there are going to be things that sell really quickly, and then there's going to be things that might take a little bit longer, but it's worth it. And if you're constantly listing, then you've got a good mix of both. Sorry, I just banged onto my mic. So a good mix of things that are selling, things that are recently listed, things that are older, and it really keeps the momentum going. I only listed 4 things yesterday, so I need to practice what I preach. Okay. Sending offers, worry beads. Yeah, at Nurse Flipper, I don't normally, but when I saw that, she says, I don't normally look at magnets. And I don't do a whole lot with magnets. And I was just like, well, I've already got it. I might as well just take a picture of it and put it up there. Because there's a fan of every show, right? So I didn't see a whole lot of stuff for I think it's called the regular show. I didn't see a whole lot of things for that show, so I was like, okay. But my Adventure Time one is on my refrigerator. So, but yeah, why not look for it? Because that was $10, pretty good. All right, I think that's everybody and everybody's comments and things in the chat, and I appreciate you coming to hang out. Yeah, and let me know how your sales have been going, and let me know if you've heard of the eBay small town. I'm like, they're going to the different cities. You guys told me about that yesterday. I was so grateful because I went ahead and signed up. So I'm going to go. Yay. All right. So if you're in Austin, then I'll see you there. It's in April. So who knows? I might have to wear a disguise or not really. Okay. I hope you guys have a really great afternoon, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Thanks for coming to hang out. And I always do this and I forget to hit stop. Thanks for coming again, you guys. Bye.